Egotastic FunTime.
Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome back to Talking The Orville on Egotastic FunTime. Jaloja! Today we're going to have a great time taking an exclusive glimpse of the first 4 pages of the all-new Orville comic book series that's set to begin debuting with its first installment being released during Comic-Con on July 17th. These series of books will consist of 2 all-new canon-building episodes of the Orville, which are meant to not only tell more stories of the adventures of the crew of the Orville and what they've embarked upon, but the series also takes place in between seasons 1 and 2. We're going to have certain characters fleshed out, you guys. Never seen before missions, things we never got an answer to will be explained, and I have a preview of 4 pages of the first issue right here for us to check out together in the most egotastic of ways. But before we get to that, let's talk about everything I know so far about the Orville comic books and what we can expect with all 4 books, which were written by executive producer and writer for the Orville, David A. Goodman, who has also written for such hits like Family Guy, Futurama, American Dad, Star Trek Enterprise, and The Golden Girls, just to name a few. It's all illustrated by Dark Horse artist David Cabeza and colorist Michael Atiyeh. I've just started following David Cabeza on Twitter, you guys, which I highly recommend doing if you're interested at all in the Orville comics, because he's been putting out really cool previews for the comic books. Like this awesome drawing of Kelly ready to blast away any jive turkey who gets in her damn way. And here's one of Captain Mercer looking all groovy. I put a link to David Cabeza's Twitter in the show notes down there if you want to check him out. These 4 issues are going to be released once a month, you guys, starting on July 17th and ending in the middle of October. Whether or not we'll be getting more stories coming down the pipeline to keep us satiated as we wait for season 3 to start hasn't been announced as of yet, but I'm sure if we fans buy enough copies, they'd be silly not to keep them coming out. Personally, I'd love to see the adventures of Kelly in the alternate timeline from the season 2 finale, also written by David A. Goodman, by the way, where we see her side of things in all of this, when she realizes her actions changed the fate of the universe, and she has to figure out how to bring Ed and the crew back together to repair the timeline. Meanwhile, we can also follow Ed and Gordon's fight to stay alive and hide from the Kalon, and then it all can lead up to that season 2 finale. I'd love to hear that story. Give it to me. I want it! These 4 books consist of 2 stories told in 2 parts, starting with New Beginnings Part 1, where Ed and Gordon follow a faint distress signal belonging to a long-lost Union vessel, only to end up shot down on an irradiated, war-torn desert planet in the hands of an unknown species. Now, this episode takes place directly after the season 1 finale, Mad Idolatry, and Ed is still trying to figure out how to deal with Kelly ending the possibility of them getting back together. Kelly will also be dealing with why Bortus wants to enroll Topa in school, even though he's still only an infant. So it looks like we'll finally find out why Topa grew up so fast. The title New Beginnings doesn't refer to Ed and Kelly's relationship, you guys, but instead it has something to do with familiar characters being reintroduced in the series, allowing for the first meetings we, the audience, didn't get to see on screen to actually happen. I have no idea what any of that means, but the answer to that question isn't far off, with the first issue only a couple weeks away from being released. Then coming out in August is New Beginnings Part 2. As Ed and Gordon uncover the truth of a century-old war, they fear that their eventual rescue may endanger the rest of the Orville crew. Not only does the crew's lives hang in the balance, but so does all life on the planet. What? In September, the 2nd episode of the Orville Season 1.5 will be released, The Word of Avis Part 1, where the Orville intercepts a small Union ship en route to the interstellar territory of the easily aggravated Krill, who are dicks. They thought the passengers were just a simple group of xenoanthropologists, but they turn out to be something much more interesting. I'm assuming that this drawing is from that issue, where it looks like John is putting the moves on his special lady friend, and the special lady friend seems to be enjoying it. But Dan and Yaphet seem to be shocked by this for some reason. Is this woman one of the xenoanthropologists? Whatever that means. And are they shocked because maybe perhaps this woman is Claire's sister? If a comic book can be tuned into, we'll have to tune into it in September to find out. Lastly, in October, our journey ends with the Word of Avis Part Dos, with the Orville being dragged off course into hostile Krill territory. Like I said, they're dicks. And the crew finds themselves in a battle for their lives, with threats from both outside and inside the ship. I'm guessing this means that those xenoanthro-whatevers are bad guys, maybe? Damn you, Gregorian calendar. Why can't you be in October yet? Stupid flow of time. You can pre-order the Orville comic books right now on Amazon by clicking the link below. And I also put a link down there so that you can pre-order the full graphic novel paperback edition containing all 4 issues of the comics that's set to release on February 18th. I already ordered mine to let Dark Horse and the Orville know that we want more. I was hoping that the stories from the Orville comics would keep us going until season 3 was about to air, but as far as I can tell, these adventures will only get us through to October unless they announce more are heading our way before all is said and done. And I doubt season 3 will be out by November, you guys. Damn you again, Gregorian calendar, you son of a bitch! I'm looking forward to incorporating the comic books into the episode count for the series and to start reviewing them right here on the show if we're talking the Orville, though I really have no idea how I'm going to do that. I'll figure it out, I hope. Without further ado, I have an exclusive peek at 4 pages from New Beginnings Part 1 to share with you guys, and it wouldn't be egotastic if I didn't go way overboard with something in this episode, so I spent way too long putting a teaser together for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you New Beginnings.
Hey.
Remember when I said you and I together jeopardizes your command, jeopardizes the smooth operation of this ship, and it jeopardizes our friendship?
Yeah. I vaguely remember that.
I don't care.
Ah, damn it. I hate dreams.
Magnetar, designated AXP-1E1048-59, a neutron star with a very powerful magnetic field.
Isaac, how much longer? I would estimate, Captain, that my investigation of the Magnetar will take another 48.97 hours.
Oh my god, 2 more days of this?
Lieutenant, the specific properties of Magnetar AXP-1E1048-59 are quite unusual.
You know how boring this Magnetar is? They didn't even name it.
Ed, the tactical conference on Outpost 23 is tomorrow.
I know.
You and Gordon are scheduled to brief them first thing.
Thanks, I got it. Alara, prep a shuttle. Gordon, pack a bag.
Yes!
Commander, complete the scans of the Magnetar to Isaac's satisfaction, and then pick us up at Outpost 23.
Yes, sir. Jeez.
It was a bloody conflict, cost thousands of lives. You didn't take history?
Well, I took history. That doesn't mean I read anything. The buoy's log says the ship was damaged in a battle in a star system 3 light years away.
It's uncharted.
Should we go?
Regulations. Distress calls have to be answered, even ones that are 100 years old. Raise Orville. We should keep them apprised.
Shuttle to Orville. Do you read?
They're not reading us. Probably too much interference from the Magnetar.
Stupid Magnetar.
Gee, stop saying Magnetar.
Right. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about today, and I talked about it. How about you? Are you ready to go on more 25th century space adventures with the crew of the Orville within the pages of a comic book? Besides Topa growing up too fast, what other things would you like to be explained or expanded upon in the books? You can let me know what you think by joining the conversation below. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and supporting my stupid show by clicking on all the links down there somewhere. And don't forget to join me and the rest of the Ego Army live 3 times a week on Twitch, you guys. I'll see you very soon, and as always, I hope all your times are egotastic fun times. Love you, bye-bye!
Egotastic fun time, we're gonna have a great time. Egotastic fun time, give me all your money. Give him all your money. You will find it funny. Just give me money. I love money. Give me all your 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 money.